Let's get right into it in this video. I'm going to walk you through 7 life-changing benefits of fasting, benefits that go far beyond skipping breakfast or eating less. This isn't just about losing weight. It's about reshaping your energy, your focus, and even how you age. I used to think fasting was a reckless shortcut, but after seeing the research and trying it myself, I realized fasting isn't about deprivation. It's about strategic nourishment and metabolic freedom. So if you've ever felt stuck in your diet, always hungry or constantly counting calories, this might be the key to finally breaking free. Here's what we'll explore together: how fasting can accelerate fat loss, improve insulin sensitivity, enhance brain clarity, slow aging, reduce inflammation, and yes, even help you travel better with less jet lag. Sounds wild, science backs every bit of it. Now, it's crucial to understand the underlying mechanism. Here's the real reason this works so effectively, especially for men over 40. When you fast, you force your body to make a metabolic switch. You deplete your glucose reserves, and your liver starts converting fat into ketones. For energy, this is the state of ketosis, and it's where the real magic happens for your health. This isn't some new age fad. It's a return to our ancestral way of living. Our bodies are hardwired for periods of fasting. By reintroducing fasting, you are simply reactivating a powerful, dormant system within your own biology. So let's reframe what fasting is. It's about giving your digestive system a well-deserved rest, allowing your body to perform critical cellular cleanup and repair processes that are impossible when you're constantly eating. This is about working with your body's natural design, not against it, to unlock a level of health you may have thought was no longer possible. Let's talk about effortless fat loss. If you've been struggling with your weight, you've probably been told to eat less and move more. The problem with this approach is that it ignores the most important factor in weight management: your hormones, specifically insulin. Intermittent fasting flips this entire system on its head. You give your insulin levels a chance to fall. Dramatically, your body can finally access the vast energy reserves you carry. It helps preserve your lean muscle mass, while simultaneously telling your body to start burning stored fat for fuel. It's about the profound hormonal shift that occurs. Weight loss feels more like a natural consequence of a healthier metabolic state. Now, let's address the other side of this fat loss equation: hunger and cravings. A common fear for people starting intermittent fasting is that they'll be ravenously hungry all the time. But what you'll find is that the exact opposite happens. And this is directly tied to your blood sugar and insulin levels. When you're a sugar burner, your energy is dependent on your next meal. As your blood sugar drops a few hours after eating, your brain sends out powerful signals, cravings demanding more glucose. This is that classic mid-afternoon slump where you feel irritable, foggy, and desperately need a snack to keep going. This cycle keeps you trapped. You eat, your blood sugar spikes, insulin spikes to clear it. Your blood sugar crashes and you crave more sugar. It's a metabolic roller coaster. Intermittent fasting breaks this vicious cycle. By fasting, you force your body to become fat adapted. This means it gets efficient at burning fat for fuel, which is a much more stable and long-lasting energy source. Ketones produced from fat provide a steady stream of energy to your brain, body eliminating those wild blood sugar swings. As a result, the intense, urgent cravings for carbs and sugar begin to disappear. What you're left with is true physiological hunger, not the hormonally driven, emergency signal type of hunger. You'll learn to recognize the difference between "I'm bored and my brain wants a dopamine hit from food, and my body actually needs nutrients." Now, this gives you an incredible sense of food freedom. You're no longer a slave to the clock or to your cravings. You can go for extended periods without even thinking about food, because your body is happily running on its own internal fuel reserves. This is why people on a fasting regimen report feeling more in control of their eating habits than ever before. This newfound stability is what allows fat loss to happen without the misery of constant calorie counting. When you're not constantly battling cravings and hunger pangs, you naturally make better food choices. During your eating window, you're not desperately reaching for the first high-carb thing you can find. You can calmly and mindfully choose nutrient-dense foods that will properly nourish your body. This combination of a lowered insulin state and stabilized hunger signals creates the perfect storm for sustainable, long-term fat loss, especially for men over 40, whose metabolisms have become less forgiving over the years. Let's move on to the second major benefit, which is the incredible power of fasting. As a reset button for your body, think about those times when you've gone off track. Maybe it was a vacation, a holiday season, or just a stressful week where you indulged in foods aren't good for you, you feel bloated, sluggish, your joints might ache, and you just feel off in the past. The typical response might be to double down on punishing workouts and strict dieting, which can feel like a huge, overwhelming mountain to climb. This is where fasting becomes your secret weapon. A 24-hour or even an 18-hour fast is one of the most powerful ways to quickly undo the damage and get your body back on track. When you indulge in processed foods, sugar, and alcohol, you create a state of inflammation and insulin resistance. Your cells become less responsive to insulin, your liver gets bogged down processing toxins, and your gut microbiome can be thrown out of balance. By initiating a fast, you immediately stop the influx of these inflammatory triggers. You give your digestive system a complete rest, which is something it almost never gets in our modern eating culture. This break allows your body to shift its resources from digestion to cellular repair and cleanup. This process is called autophagy, which literally means self-eating. During autophagy, your cells identify and clear out old, damaged, and dysfunctional components, like misfolded proteins and worn-out mitochondria. This is your body's internal deep cleaning service. It's a critical process for preventing disease and slowing down the aging process. Indulging in junk food puts a halt to autophagy. Fasting turns it back on full force. So instead of feeling guilty and overwhelmed after a period of poor eating, you can feel empowered. You have a tool that allows you to hit the metabolic reset button. It helps to rapidly lower your insulin levels, reduce bloating by flushing out excess water and sodium, and kickstart that crucial autophagy process to clean up the mess. It's a way to quickly forgive yourself, metabolically speaking, and get right back to feeling your best without a prolonged period of struggle. This provides immense psychological relief and makes maintaining a healthy lifestyle far more sustainable in the long run. This reset goes even deeper, down to the level of your cells. One of the biggest problems for men over 40 is developing insulin resistance. Imagine your cells have little doors or receptors for insulin when insulin knocks. The door opens to let glucose in, but you're constantly bombarding your body with sugar. Carbs inside is always knocking. Eventually, your cells get tired of the constant noise. They become desensitized and start to ignore the signal. This is insulin resistance. Your pancreas has to shout louder, producing even more insulin to get the job done, creating a vicious cycle of high insulin. And high blood sugar fasting is the most effective way to reverse this process and resensitize your cells to insulin. By giving your body a prolonged break from food, you give it a break from insulin. This quiet period allows your cells to forget the constant signal. The receptors essentially reset themselves. When you do eat again, your cells are far more responsive. They hear the knock of insulin clearly. The doors open easily and glucose is efficiently moved out of the bloodstream. This means your pancreas doesn't have to work as hard. Your overall insulin levels stay lower, and your body becomes much better at managing blood sugar. Improving insulin sensitivity is arguably one of the most important things you can do for your long-term health. It's not just about weight. Insulin resistance is at the root of so many chronic conditions that become more common after 40. Type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high triglycerides, fatty liver disease, and even certain types of cognitive decline. By using fasting as a regular tool to reset and maintain your insulin sensitivity, you are directly targeting the underlying cause of these issues, not just managing the symptoms. You are fundamentally improving your metabolic health from the ground up. Think of it as a system reboot. If your computer is running slow and crashing, you restart it to clear the memory and get a fresh start. Fasting does the same for your metabolism. After a weekend of indulgence, your system is clogged and sluggish. A fast clears out the excess glucose, lowers the chronically high insulin, and allows your cellular machinery to function properly. Again, this ability to reset at will is incredibly empowering. It removes the fear of occasional slip-ups and provides a clear, actionable path back to feeling great, ensuring that one bad weekend doesn't derail weeks of progress. Let's discuss the brain and how fasting can boost its power when constantly eating carbs and sugars. The brain relies on glucose, a dirty fuel that causes oxidative stress and energy fluctuations. Fasting triggers a remarkable shift. After 12-14 hours, glycogen stores deplete, and the body taps into stored fat, converting it into ketones. A superior fuel, ketones offer a cleaner, more stable energy source, enhancing brain function. They boost ATP production, fueling neurons for improved thinking, memory, and focus. Plus, Ketones are neuroprotective, reducing inflammation and shielding against cognitive decline. Fasting clears brain fog, sharpens focus, and enhances cognitive function. For men over 40, intermittent fasting offers powerful cognitive benefits, but it gets even better. Fasting doesn't just change the fuel your brain uses, it actually helps your brain grow and repair itself. There's a powerful protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. You can think of BDNF as a potent fertilizer for your brain. This process is called neurogenesis. We can grow new brain cells throughout our lives. Fasting is one of the most powerful ways to stimulate this process. When you are in a fasted state, the production of BDNF goes way up. The surge in BDNF is like a wake-up call for your brain. It also triggers the creation of brand new neurons, particularly in the hippocampus, which is the area of the brain responsible for learning and memory. For any man over 40 looking to gain a mental edge, intermittent fasting is an essential tool. Travel and jet lag affect many, especially as we get older. Jet lag is a disruption of your circadian rhythm regulated by light, darkness, and meal timing. Traveling across time zones misaligns your master clock and peripheral clocks, causing desynchronization. This leads to fatigue, insomnia, digestive issues, irritability, and brain fog. Eating on the plane reinforces the old time zone. Hindering adaptation. Fasting is a powerful tool by not eating during your flight, and until your first meal in the new destination, you reset your peripheral clocks. This allows them to become receptive to new cues. Stop eating before your flight, drink only water, and abstain from airplane food. That first meal acts as a powerful signal, accelerating the resynchronization of your internal clocks, helping you adapt in hours instead of days. Traveling fasted has metabolic advantages. Airplane cabins are dehydrating. Eating salty, processed foods requires water for digestion, exacerbating dehydration. Fasting conserves water, helping you stay hydrated. Being sedentary and eating is bad for metabolic health. Fasting keeps insulin stable and encourages fat burning. You avoid overpriced, unhealthy airport food and meal timing stress. You can relax, knowing your body is in an efficient state. Next trip, plan your fast. Drink water during the flight. Break your fast with a healthy meal at your destination. You'll land feeling clear, energetic, and bypass jet lag. This is a simple, effective travel hack. Let's talk about cravings and mindless eating. For men over 40, what we experience as hunger is often a craving, a drop in blood sugar, or simply a habit. Intermittent fasting creates space between and the impulse to eat. You can start to observe what's really going on and become a detective of your own bodily sensations. This process of observation is incredibly powerful. You learn that you are not a slave to these impulses. Breaking the cycle of mindless eating is liberating. Fasting reestablishes the connection to your body's signals. You eat more slowly and mindfully, and end up being satisfied with less food simply by being present. Cravings, especially for sugar, aren't weakness. They're driven by hormones like insulin. High-carb meals cause blood sugar spikes, often leading to crashes and intense cravings. Intermittent fasting breaks this cycle by keeping insulin stable. No spike, no crash. Cravings disappear, your body becomes fat adapted, using stored fat for energy. This provides steady fuel, eliminating the need for sugar fixes. You make conscious choices, not driven by hormonal impulses. This metabolic flexibility puts you in control of your health. Mastering cravings builds self-discipline. You can change your programming. It's about reclaiming your body and health. Intermittent fasting has incredible benefits, especially for men over 40. This is due to autophagy. Autophagy literally means self-eating. Your body's built-in cellular recycling program. Think of it as a deep cleaning for your cells. Fasting redirects energy to crucial maintenance tasks, identifying and recycling old, damaged cellular parts. This process is fundamental for health and longevity. Intermittent fasting turns on this powerful cleanup mechanism, allowing your body to heal and repair itself. As we age, autophagy slows, making us susceptible to age-related diseases. Intermittent fasting stimulates autophagy. You are systematically cleaning out your entire body at a microscopic level, slowing down the aging clock. This is the real secret to living healthier and more vibrantly. Let's connect fasting to human growth hormone, or HGH. Fasting can increase HGH levels significantly. It works in synergy with autophagy. While autophagy cleans out damaged cells, HGH stimulates repair and regeneration. Growth hormone helps preserve muscle mass and burn fat. Fasting also impacts your stem cells, your body's raw materials. Fasting triggers the regeneration of new stem cells. Research shows fasting can reboot the immune system. This is powerful for maintaining a defense against infections. It's a three-pronged approach to deep cellular rejuvenation, enhancing your health span. Fasting is a powerful practice of mental and emotional discipline in our modern world. We're conditioned to respond instantly to every pang of hunger. When you intentionally decide to fast, you're making a conscious choice to break this cycle. You're telling your body, I'm in control. The first few times you fast, you'll undoubtedly face some mental resistance. You're fundamentally rewiring your brain. You're building a muscle of self-discipline that can be applied to your work and personal goals. This practice cultivates a profound sense of inner power. Intermittent fasting puts you back in the driver's seat. This builds a deep, uncheckable self-trust and confidence. This newfound discipline also leads to incredible mental clarity. Your mind becomes remarkably sharp and focused. Fasting connects us to our primal biology. For millennia, our ancestors experienced regular periods of feast and famine. When fasted, their senses sharpened and energy mobilized. A survival mechanism, fasting taps into this hardwired genetic programming. Our bodies are designed for periods without food. Fasting is heightened efficiency, not starvation. Embrace fasting to reconnect with your DNA's resilience. It builds hermetic resilience. Small stressors strengthen biological systems. Fasting is a hermetic stressor, making your body more efficient and robust. This journey into fasting is a journey back to yourself. It builds a healthier body and stronger character, a profound reawakening for men over 40. Intermittent fasting can transform your health, especially for men over 40. It unlocks fat stores, resets your metabolism, and boosts brain power. Fasting enhances longevity by boosting growth hormone. Stem cells, it's about discipline. Clarity and inner power start with a 16. 8. Schedule drink water. Black coffee or tea during your fast? Consistency is key. Give it a try and see it as an experiment. The potential upside is enormous. A leaner body, a sharper mind, and more energy. Thank you for watching. Like the video and subscribe for more content. Now go out there and get healthy.